Hello everyone, this is Jay with Everything Football USA, and today we'll be doing our 5 takeaways through the first 4 weeks of the MLS season. I'll also be revealing how I did in my predictions from this past weekend. Really, my first takeaway, Orlando City, honestly, hasn't put up much of a fight in its first 4 games so far. Only that 1 point against Montreal at home has been really disappointing to see, especially with the addition of Muriel. Really thought they'd be at the top of the Eastern Conference. I know CONCACAF Champions Cup has provided some challenges to the team. However, they're going to really have to step it up now. They don't have that excuse moving forward. So, hoping to see Muriel get more involved. Galese, has to stop making those mistakes in the back. Maybe be more commanding with his defensive group back there. And Facundo Torres also has to step up. We saw him do great things in the past, and he really has to step up for Orlando if they want to start climbing the table and get back to where they want to be. My second takeaway is really Minnesota United's success in the MLS so far. They've pulled out 10 points, I think. They just got a win against LAFC this past weekend. They got a result against Orlando away from home. They got a tie against Columbus. Columbus is a really good test for them. Teemu Pukki has come up big as their DP in a couple of those games already. And honestly, the whole team's just buying in to the style of play that Minnesota is going for. It's great to see their success so far. The fans are loving it. You can see them singing Wonderwall at the end of those matches. So really cool to see. I think Teemu Pukki has to continue to deliver if Minnesota wants to continue winning, right? He has to continue his movements. He's gotten some great shots in. So great stuff so far from Minnesota United. Hoping they can keep it going. I don't think they will be a bottom of the table team at all. A lot of people had them at the bottom of their predictions at the start of the season. So did I of the Western Conference. So they're really beating expectations so far. I think they may finish top 6 is kind of where I'm having them. I think they will drop off at some point with some of the better teams. But great start so far for them. My third takeaway is honestly LAFC, the other side of that previous matchup we mentioned. They haven't delivered since their win against the Seattle Sounders at home. They had that snow game in Real Salt Lake. They recently drew against Sporting Kansas City at home and weren't able to compete against Minnesota, a team that we expected at the bottom, right? LAFC has the talent to be a top 3 team in the Western Conference. I think there's some sort of disconnect between the players right now. I think the manager really has to find a way to get them to play together so they can find success on the field. But right now, they are a disappointing takeaway so far. My fourth takeaway, of course, is going to be with Inter Miami. They did a great job against DC United. A couple controversial calls, including the handball. Honestly, I didn't think it was. Maybe some bias. I think his hand is a natural position for that supposed penalty call, but it could have gone either way. But at the end of the day, Luis Suarez showed his class, his ability to finish inside the box, and the team played great. Redondo's really controlling that midfield, doing great alongside Busquets. And you just see the quality is there for Inter Miami with or without Messi. They can compete in this league. Messi, of course, changes the game, and with his hamstring injury, we'll see that be put to the test for the rest of the squad. But Inter Miami's legit. They're going to finish top 6 for sure. I think it'll be hard to balance out with Champions Cup. I'm sure they'll make a deep run in Leagues Cup as well. But looking great so far, I think exceeding expectations of many. And, we'll see how it goes this weekend against the Red Bulls. My fifth and final takeaway is Toronto FC. They got off to a great start during the first 3 weeks of the season. They got 3 wins. They had conceded 0 goals. Much better start than anyone anticipated. Last weekend against New York City FC, they faltered. They lost 2-1. But New York is a tough place to play in, especially because of the narrow field. I can't blame them too much. I think they should have done better. But even with the loss, they are exceeding expectations. They are playing much better. They are looking like a team that can, finish top 6, honestly, if they keep it up. Lorenzo Insigne has to continue to step up, to show up, to score goals if this team wants to succeed. But yeah, Toronto has just been impressive so far this season. And in my MLS predictions, I went 4-10 this past weekend. I correctly predicted which teams would win, lose, or draw 4 times. Score predictions, I think only got 1 or 2. We'll try to do better next weekend. Moving forward, I think I'll just stick to wins, losses, and draws for my predictions since it's kind of hard to predict the actual scores. But feel free to like, subscribe, let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want covered, any questions you have, any comments at all, opinions, they're all welcome. So I'll be taking a look at those. And I'll see you guys on the next one where I make my predictions for the win, losses, and draws for this upcoming match day in the MLS. See you all there.